Well, it's time for the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. Arsenal hosting Atletico Madrid after both teams cancelled each other out courtesy of penalties. Victor Gyökeres and Julian Alvarez scoring for the teams here today as they will be and 90 minutes away from a spot in the final. Budapest awaits for either one of these two teams. Which one is it going to be? There's absolutely nothing to separate the two teams heading into this one. Well, Arsenal, having lost to Manchester City, have steadied the ship somehow, and they're in pole position now for the league title after Manchester City dropped points inexplicably to Everton. They were 3-1 down City and somehow salvaged it to make it 3-3. But now the focus shifts back to Arsenal. No extra motivation required from Mikel Arteta's men, looking to face their first final since 2006 in Paris. This has all the ingredients of a crackerjack game. Off and running at the Emirates Stadium, and the team news from Arsenal's point of view, they've gone as strong as they possibly can. The back four of Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel, and Ricardo Calafiori. Main point is Zubomendi dropped to the bench for Miles Lewis-Kelly, who started against Fulham. Arteta going with the same side that did the damage at home against the West London side. Of course, the front three of Eberechi Eze, Bukayo Saka, and Leandro Trossard giving company to Victor Gyökeres, the centre-forward, who scored from the spot in Madrid. Well, for Atletico Madrid, Lenormand is back in the starting 11. No surprises there. It was very surprising that he started on the bench. But when he came on in the second half, Atletico Madrid looked a lot better. He starts in centre half alongside David Hanko, who conceded the penalty. On the right-hand side, they've got Marc Pubil, and on the left, decent move this from Arsenal as they look to just switch the play a little bit quicker. They have to be swift. They know that the touches in midfield will be very limited. They have to be quick with the ball at his feet. Koke and Llorente, the two midfielders. Well, having Simeone as one of the wide players is like a cheat code, really. You have another fullback really in your team because he works so hard, but also has the quality going forward. Matteo Ruggeri as the left back. Very balanced lineup from both sides. The front two for Atletico Madrid, of course, Griezmann and Julian Alvarez. Alvarez shooting from distance is something that Arsenal will need to certainly watch out for. Arsenal are 5 games away from a League and Champions League double. Never happened in their history, and they're 5 games away from it. That's how close you are. I mean, this is where, as players, you just have to rally together, pull yourself out of this mess, and somehow taste sweet glory come the end of the season. It is going to be a hectic month for Arsenal, mentally taxing for sure, knowing that every game is must win from here. That game against West Ham United, away from home, now carrying a little less pressure after City drop points. It's critical that Arsenal just focus about the Champions League here today. Again, finding themselves in a final since 2006 rather, is a long time. Last season semi-finalists, beaten by the eventual finalists, or champions rather, in Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal had the second leg at home as well on that occasion. Ousmane Dembele scored early, then made it a little bit more easier for Paris Saint-Germain, with Achraf Hakimi scoring the second. Paris Saint-Germain, of course, taking on Bayern Munich tomorrow. That is going to be a firecracker of a semi-final, man. The second leg, after the most incredible of first legs, ending 5-4 in favor of Paris Saint-Germain. This is going to be brilliant. You ready to suffer, Gautam? I am too. Welcome to the stream, my friend. This is going to be good. Haram ball at its finest. Got to do it. Got to go through these two teams to actually enjoy great football tomorrow. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be straightforward. Atletico Madrid have barely had a touch of the ball so far. Over 3 minutes on the clock. It's been all Arsenal so far. Again, Ben White on the right-hand side is certainly an interesting inclusion from Mikel Arteta. No Urian Timber, which means that he needs to almost force Ben White to play in that role now. Despite losing that athleticism, doesn't have that connection with Bukayo Saka anymore down the right-hand side. Again, Eberechi picked over Martin Odegaard. I don't think there's any surprise there. You know that Martin Odegaard has had his struggles this season. It's not just in terms of output. I mean, I never just judge a player based on how many goals or assists they have for the team. It's just their general play and how they positively or negatively impact their team. Almost felt like Martin Odegaard just had that few injuries and then from there just losing that key. 3-0 for Arsenal, Gotham. Oof. That is quite the prediction. I mean, Arsenal have the capabilities to blow Atletico Madrid out the water here. That front four has got a lot in it. It all depends with that midfield area. Atleti can't hang with Arsenal physically. I mean, if you look at the midfield, it's not even close. I mean, Llorente and Koke taking on Declan Rice and Miles Lewis-Skelly. That is Arsenal's battle all day long. Atletico Madrid don't lose to English sides, man. They just don't away from home, especially in England. They just have something. I mean, it's inexplicable, it's intangible. But Cholo Simeone, he's all about the intangibles, isn't he? Then Bukayo Saka, you can see Ruggeri touched tight to him. Saka had an excellent game against Fulham. It was a sight to behold for Arsenal fans. Hey, welcome back to the stream, Random Manone. How you been, my friend? Go ahead and drop your predictions as well. 5.5 minutes on the clock. No away goals. Arsenal do have the advantage if this game does go into extra time or even penalties. Antoine Griezmann, that's a foul according to the ref, and oof, he's kicked the ball away. Griezmann has to be careful. Referee decides to... This is the Premier League. Antoine Griezmann is picking up a yellow card here. He's kicked the ball away. I mean, Koke in the year of 2026. I mean, that is Diego Simeone's son. His little son. I mean, I know Gianluca Simeone is there on the pitch, but his real son is Koke. Captain Zamband and all. He's been there at the club, since 2013? Oof. Talk about being an incredible servant for your club. Still starting games in midfield as Declan Rice feeds the ball into the box. Jan Oblak comfortably gathers. It's not just about physicality, Gautam. This isn't the Premier League, though. Atletico Madrid are deceptive, man. When you don't fancy them, that's when they can surprise you. Yes, the league form is nothing to go by. Not many gave them a chance against Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona went down to 10 men in the first leg and Pau Kubasi wasn't available for the second, but only do what is in front of you. Barcelona keep playing that suicidal high line. Keep going to get red cards. Here's Griezmann. That's a clever pass onto the right-hand side. Here's Simeone with the ball in, and it's a chance. And it goes straight to Julian Alvarez. Just like that, Atletico Madrid with their first attack create problems. This is such a good ball by Griezmann. William Saliba is playing Simeone onside, and he plays it into the path of Simeone. First time effort. And that's what Atletico Madrid can do to you. That was the penalty claim. I mean, it's really poor from Marcus Llorente. He doesn't need to do anything of those sorts. Here's Miles Lewis-Skelly. Big game for him. Trusted in the back end in midfield after pretty much falling out of favour with Mikel Arteta. The reports that he might be sold in the summer. I mean, that's crazy considering the season he had last season. Same with Ethan Nwaneri. Both Haaland boys not getting the game time that they were hoping for. Nwaneri shifted to Marseille. He was supposed to be working under De Zerbi, but that all went pear-shaped in Marseille, and Ethan Nwaneri is getting absolutely no game time. Lewis-Skelly, though, being trusted in midfield ahead of someone like Martin Zubimendi. Pretty much started up until Fulham, he started every Premier League game. Martin Zubimendi, him and Declan Rice have been a constant in the midfield for Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. Here's Eberechi Eze. Oh, nice play here. Calafiori venturing forward and a drive from distance. But Ricardo Calafiori is as hybrid as he gets in terms of a fullback. He can make those underlaps. He can make those overlaps. He's comfortable in midfield. Truly is a all-round profile. He'll find himself in these number 10 positions. That's not the first time. Certainly won't be the last. Well, for all of Arsenal's possession, It's been Atletico Madrid who've had the only chance really of the match so far. Into the 10th minute. The longer this stays 0-0 today, you can almost understand or imagine the Arsenal fans feeling that pinch of anxiety through the stadium. I mean, every April under Mikel Arteta has gone pear-shaped. It cannot be just a coincidence. It's happening season in, season out, but somehow, in the gift of May, Manchester City dropping points, Arsenal just getting the job done against Fulham. And of course, Newcastle United at home, both games winning with clean sheets as well. Their goal difference pumped up. They're doing what they can. I mean, considering they have to... Oh, Miles Lewis-Kelly has lost the ball here. That could be a foul, and it is. Lewis-Kelly has to be careful there. He gets caught on the ball. Marcus Llorente is quick onto him. Koke is asking the question whether or not that could have been a yellow card. To try and turn into midfield is certainly a risky tactic there. Lewis-Kelly wasn't going to let him go. Well, Calafiori in the 10. What happened to the game you love? Well, with Calafiori, that's the thing. He's got the underlaps, he's got the overlaps, he's pretty much got free rein down that left-hand side. With Trossard preferring to play inside, almost expecting Calafiori to be that touchline winger on that left-hand side for Arsenal, but seeing him pop in as the number 10, certainly an interesting choice in the early stages. Let's see whether or not it's a one-time thing or it's going to be a consistent pattern, not just in the first half, but throughout the match. Quickly taken free kick here. Griezmann clips the ball in. Arsenal just falling asleep on that occasion. Calafiori clears. Here's Llorente. Fires the ball towards Simeone. And Simeone was hooked at half-time. That's a cold move there. But it's Griezmann. It's a chance again. And this should be 1-0. And Arsenal somehow smuggle the ball away. Well, it's the second opportunity that Atletico Madrid have had here. Arsenal have not started this game well. Despite having possession and quote-unquote control, it's Atletico Madrid making moves. Raya's punch out. Oof. That is as dangerous as it gets. It's right into the path of Simeone. What a challenge by Declan Rice. That is goal saving. Well, another warning shot fired at the Arsenal goal. Again, it's off target, so it's Atleti getting closer. Again, it's Arsenal about the big games, isn't it? When it really matters the most, when you know that if you lose or you drop points, that is when they just seem to be crumbling under Arteta. In the league, even if they've dropped points, they know that they can pretty much recover. Lookman had a brilliant chance in that first leg, didn't he? Did so well to ride the challenge of Ben White and either side of David Raya. It was certainly a goal from him. He needs to have a definite impact in this game. Here's Ruggieri. Julian Alvarez is almost playing like an auxiliary number 6 here. Certainly interesting to see how the two centre forwards are functioning. Here's Llorente. They're all cooking here for Atletico Madrid. Down the right-hand side, he just overhits that on that occasion. Atletico Madrid are not just hanging around here, Gautam. They're playing some good football. It's Arsenal who have to force the issue. They're at home. Well, Atletico Madrid, it's a 10-year wait to reach the final. Losing those two finals to Real Madrid in the worst possible manner. I mean, heartbreaking. Doesn't even begin to cover those 2 years for Atletico Madrid. The 3 years, rather. One of the finals losing after Sergio Ramos's 93rd minute header to equalize and then just running out of legs in extra time. And then, of course, losing in Portugal on pens. For Arsenal, Paris 2006, the last time we've seen the Gunners in the finals. They've gone through some pain in the European stages, man. Those 5-1 defeats to Bayern Munich. Some inexplicable losses. Arsenal have gone through a lot of pain to reach this point. It's crazy how comfortable Alvarez looks everywhere on the pitch. He's an excellent player, man. Certified baller, exactly. Certified ballers can play anywhere on the pitch and look at home. Put him at right back, he'll be fine. And add his ball striking to it. I mean, A lot of eyebrows were raised, right? When 81 million quid, that, David Raya, so risky. 81 million quid Atletico Madrid spent on him. He was not going to sit on the bench waiting for Erling Haaland to have those poverty minutes. He wanted to move, and he moves to Atletico Madrid, and his stocks continue to be at a very high rate. And he's already won a World Cup. He'll be starting as a centre forward again for Argentina. Back-to-back World Cups and had a few domestic honours. Suddenly, the legacy looks top. Arsenal need to do a bit more. I think they've just fallen into a quiet spell here. It's almost like no-risk football. Accuse Arteta of putting the handbrakes on his team, right? But in a game like this, you want to see a bit more freedom. It's almost like their shoulders are tight, all tightly woven. There's Declan Rice. Technicians, not electricians, exactly. Need ballers. We need more of that in the sport, man. Just have ballers. People you watch on the screen and are like, I'm never capable of doing that. It's never going to happen for me. When we were growing up watching football, Gautam, we saw players on the field and like, yep, it's never going to happen. And now you see a lot of robotic footballers, more about the athleticism, stamina, running power. I mean, it's still elite, still at a very high level. But you want to see those touches. You want to see someone handle the football like an alien. Victor Gyökeres runs the channel, runs it pretty well. He's away from the challenge. Marc Pubil makes the run. I think Arsenal have a corner here. Well, 15 minutes on the clock, and that's the first involvement of Victor Gyökeres. It's a selfless run, rather, down the channel. And he gets a corner and he just drags the entire team up the pitch. There's a lot of criticism about Victor Gyökeres. He's not as useless as they suggest. With 14 Premier League goals. Yes, he scored against the lower sides. So what, man? I mean, he was there to score goals. At 18 or 19 goals that he scored in all comps. It's a good return. When you look at the strikers these days, it's a fantastic return. No longer have aliens in. Messi and Ronaldo putting in 60, 70 goals. That's 16 and a half minutes on the clock. Arsenal yet to really threaten an open play, but set pieces is where they can certainly do damage. Look at the power and size difference in two teams. Arsenal certainly coming out on top in that department. Ball into the box. Saka in acres of space, and that's poor connection from the number 7. The roar when Arsenal get a corner. They know it's their best chance. It is their best opportunity to score a goal. Nobody else gets a roar like that when they get corners. And it's not like Arsenal score from every corner in the game. I mean, it's been a while since they've scored from set pieces too. That's what reputation does. What's up, Manny? Bored as hell. I'm a little tired. I think that would explain some of it. And it's not been like swashbuckling football. It's just been a tight, cagey encounter. That's what do I have to smile about in terms of football, Manny? We support Chelsea, remember? Here's Ben White. Miles Lewis-Kelly onto the right-hand side, finding Declan Rice. Now Bukayo Saka looking to isolate Rogeri. Gets away from him. They're going to double-team him every opportunity they get. Ademola Lookman has to track the run of Bukayo Saka. Is it going to be a night where Gabriel's towering header wins it? Possibly. You look at the 18 minutes on the clock. It's been nothing really from an Arsenal point of view in the final third that makes you think that, Gautam, how did they score the 3-0 here? I'll be very surprised. Manny, tell you how Saka is for the itis for FPL. I mean, Saka he's going to definitely start against West Ham. Oh, that's a good ball there by Ben White. Saka fires that across the face of goal. Gyökeres makes the right run. It's cleared away. It's Miles Lewis-Kelly who looks to get the shot away. It's Gabriel Magalhaes who takes the strike. Well, the centre-back of all people has Arsenal's first attempt. It's pulled wide. Again, it's the defenders who are getting forward. Saka does everything right here. Ball just behind Victor Gyökeres. from there, it's all about the Arsenal defense, still pushing high up the pitch. Decent strike. Goal kick. But Saka did really well against Fulham. I expect him to register in terms of goals and assists for your FPL, that is, against West Ham. I mean, if you remember 2 seasons ago, he missed the penalty. I think they were, 1-0 up or 2-0 up at that time. He had a chance to kill the game off. They ended up drawing and pretty much killed their title aspirations. So he's got some ghosts to exercise. Again, does it help your FPL? I'm not sure. Just no Chelsea players, Manny. Please, just let them go. Here's Ruggieri. Again, Atletico Madrid have absolutely nothing to fear here. They have kept Arsenal at bay. 20 minutes on the clock. Jan Oblak, not a save to make of note. Even the corner was poor. And Atletico play through the press very comfortably. Here's Matteo Ruggieri. Picks his head up. Poor ball there. Again, they don't need to play with that kind of pace here, Atletico Madrid. They like to play those quick counterattacks. I had Palmer and he missed the pen. Good. I told you, don't keep any Chelsea player. You don't listen. Not just Pedro scored. João Pedro scored one of the best goals this season. Stop it, Manny. Just for the last 3 games. Let them go. Good pass between the lines. Declan Rice is on it, and it's a foul. Oof, he has to be careful. Both Miles Lewis-Kelly and Declan Rice have made challenges. Let's hit the halfway line, but they're not going to get too many before they get that yellow card. Again, it's Alvarez, man. He's dropping in halfway line, picking the ball, turning, running. He's just a complete footballer, isn't he? Nice play on the right-hand side here by Simeone. Gets away from the challenge, pushes the pass onto the left-hand side. Ruggieri is getting a lot more involved on the left-hand side. It's a poor pass, but somehow finds Lookman. Here's Ademola Lookman. Julian Alvarez. Poor pass by the Argentine. All the momentum killed, and Arsenal can just clear the danger away. And Arsenal have nothing to be positive about this start here. That's a clever touch by Victor Gyökeres, though. Eberiche Eze back to the Swede on the right-hand side. Here's Gyökeres. He's got options in front of him. Decides to go by himself on the right. He almost gets in the way of Bukayo Saka, and that's certainly a foul there by Victor Gyökeres. Lewis-Kelly has been outstanding so far, always showing for the ball, being brave with his passing and not afraid to put his foot in. Serious midfield talent. I mean, you want to call him a midfield talent, right? Mikel Arteta didn't use him once in midfield this season. Always been as left back. He's always used Zubimendi and Declan Rice. So something in his mind said that Lewis-Kelly is not midfield ready. I mean, he's got all the talent. We saw him rip Real Madrid to shreds last season, man. That does not happen. Even against Manchester City, I remember his game. He was just sensational. And you just thought that he's going to be England's next left back for the years to come. But look how Nico O'Reilly just lapped him in a season. That's incredible. Here's Lookman now. Trying to get away from Ben White. Ademola Lookman has not had a good start himself. He's been on the periphery of things. Not really making moves. But yeah, the bravery of Lewis-Kelly. I love midfielders who are brave, man. Just on the ball. Can turn both ways. You can see Declan Rice and Miles Lewis-Kelly both positioning when Arsenal do have the ball. Very close to each other. That's a terrible pass by David Raya. Onto the left-hand side. Will Reece James go to the World Cup? We better sit his ass back at Cobham. Him, Levi Colwill, and Cole Palmer, if we can. Sit their ass back in Cobham. Recover. Get ready for next season, because this season is unacceptable, man. None of those 3 players just sit there, just tear their passport, whatever it takes. Again on the left-hand side, Declan Rice. Look at Antoine Griezmann tracking his run, but Rice gets ahead of him. Here's Declan Rice. It's a chance here. It's well defended by Atleti. It's another corner for Arsenal. Gyökeres strikes confidence into defenders. What a tractor. I mean, he is a big body. Can run channels. Almost like a decent decoy. Can be a good decoy because he does make those good runs. Declan Rice trying to pump the crowd up. Arsenal have been relying on set pieces so far. It's another corner that gets the crowd going. And that's a telling sign here. Into the 25th minute, and the only time that the Arsenal crowd, apart from kickoff, have really raised their voices has been when Arsenal had a corner. They need to do more in open play, that's for sure. Rice doing well, though. Dragging his team forward. I want to see that kind of personality. Arsenal take a short corner. Here's Bukayo Saka. Saw that against Newcastle where Arsenal switched it up and put 3 short corners in the first half. Lewis Kelly does brilliantly. There's a chance here. He fires that across the face of goal. Nobody there for a tap-in. Magalhaes does well to keep the ball alive. Here's Saliba. It's the Arsenal defenders who are taking charge of the situation here. Lewis Kelly again, so composed. He does everything right here. He holds off the challenge of Alvarez. He's so strong. Picks his head up. He puts it perfectly. Somebody, anybody, gamble at the fast stake. Nobody does. Well, you have to ask, where was Bukayo Saka there? Lewis Kelly doing everything right. Where's your right winger? Why is he not there to tap it home? Again, there was a warning shot. It didn't result in a shot, though. Big body runs the channels. Don't see you praising Delap doing the same way. When Liam Delap scores 12 Premier League goals, I'll heap some praise on him. He's got one. He doesn't even use his body well. He's built like that for no reason. He's a thug. He's not a footballer. Hate him. Hate the sight of him. Why are you reminding me of him, Gautam? What a pointless thing. I don't want to talk anything Chelsea now. We got to go to Anfield on Saturday. I mean, the biggest mid of the season, man. Chelsea, Liverpool, both in atrocious form. Liverpool's slightly better in terms of form, but they've been piss poor themselves this season, man. They're not kidding anybody with their league finish either. Here's Saliba. Eze. Eze has been zero impact. Absolutely none. The level of disgust on your face when someone says Liam Delap. Manny, it's so multi-layered that it just brings out everything in me in terms of anger. Jeez, man. Same price as Nicholas Jackson. How quickly we got rid of Jackson after scoring 24 Premier League goals. And we got somebody from Ipswich fucking Town to replace him. I mean, they don't even play the same sport, man. Jackson is not the be-all, end-all. I'll be the first to admit. Happy to have him as the second-choice striker for Chelsea, but whoever with the eye test decided that, yep, we're going to give Jackson away and we're going to Liam Delap in for him. Those are the guys who are going to be in charge of our transfer dealings next summer. Here's Llorente. Might be offside here. And Arsenal need to just step it up again, take advantage, make sure that Atlético Madrid, all they need is moments, man. They will thrive on 1 or 2 moments. I mean, it's a no-brainer, Manny. Jackson in as second centre forward is a no-brainer. Joao Pedro's got the starting centre forward position locked, right? No issues. He's absolutely brilliant. Baller. And Nico Jackson as second choice is an incredible second choice. He's got the relationship with Palmer as well. I mean, the number of goals that those two linked together, we just ripped that away. Just chucked it away for Liam freaking Delap. Gave him the number 9 as well. Like he was going to be the guy to beat the curse. He scored 1 goal, man. Dude, anybody can do a better job as sporting directors. There's something shady happening behind the scenes, man. I'm so convinced. Agency fees, the players that they're recruiting. I mean, you'd question the board, right? Like, oh, you should spend some money. Why are you not addressing? They're spending money left, right, and center. And they're fucking it all up. Hey, what's up, TJ? Morning. You have missed absolutely nothing. If this is your first look at the game, nearly into the 30th minute, you have missed nothing. Atletico Madrid have had few decent entries into the box. Arsenal, a lot of possession, a lot of huffing and puffing. Nothing yet. Oh, cross comes in. Decent. Again, it's Atletico Madrid. When they break with pace, they look the more likelier of the two sides to score. Alvarez, he's seen a lot of the ball in the early stages. Hanko. was the decision where David Hanko committed the foul on Eberiche Eze. It was given as a pen and it was overturned by VAR. It looked like a pen to me when I saw it the first time, even the second. I mean, we are so accustomed to watching Premier League refereeing and officiating, right? So we just feel that, yep, that's a pen. It still looked like a pen to me, despite me seeing it 3 or 4 times. Arsenal would have felt hard done by, but again, to win a game away from home with 2 penalties, come on, there has to be some justice. What's up, TJ? You need to be a bit more specific. There's a big what written there. Here's Ruggieri. Ooh, Oblak, that's a decent pass. Finding Koke. Venturing forward with ease here. Atletico Madrid down the Arsenal middle. On the right-hand side, Simeone finds Griezmann. Clever touch on the right-hand side. Llorente chops. It's Marcus Llorente with the strike. Lookman can't bring it under control. 30 minutes on the clock. Atletico Madrid reminding everybody else why they're in the semi-finals. They've got something about them as well. And it's those quick combinations. Oh, that's not offside as well. I think Ben White. That's the second time I think Ben White has played somebody onside. Ben White is caught napping. He's not holding the line. Need to see more from Ademola Lookman though. Nigerian has had no impact in the game. It's been the right-hand side for Atletico Madrid that they've preferred attacking towards. See Ricardo Calafiori almost vacating as the left back and moving into those advanced positions. Atletico Madrid fancying the right-hand side, and over 30 minutes on the clock. This is as even as it gets. Well, we knew today wasn't going to be pretty. It's going to get pretty ugly at times as well, but that's the semi-finals. That's Arsenal for you. It's all about getting over the line now. There's no time for pretty patterns and good football. It's all about the scorelines. Arsenal 5 games away from a historic double. DJ, you're already pissed off at Ben White. Ben White's had a torrid time since returning from his injury. Urian Timber's injured as well, so the right back options, unless Mikel Arteta wants to play Christian Mosquera, a centre back in that right back position, he's going to go with somebody who's more of a traditional right back. Victor Gyökeres. And goes to ground very easily there. York needs to be a bit stronger. Ruggieri just throws him to the ground like a little boy. Somebody who's 6'3", 6'4". You want to see a bit more of that physicality, the old school physicality. Here's David Hanko finding Jan Oblak. Well, Arsenal are letting this game drift here. Just have to be careful. Now a left of normal time, and the longer they let this game go in this fashion, it just feels like Atletico Madrid will have a couple of moments. It's Calafiori again in the number 10 position. It's a clear pattern now. He's not holding the touchline. We haven't seen anything of Leandro Trossard. The left-hand side dynamics don't make sense at all. You expect Trossard to be a little more in the inside, looking to get shots away rather than hugging the touchline with someone who's got absolutely no pace and that 1v1 trickery anymore. And it's Calafiori finding himself in those number 10 positions. Strange. Here's Saliba. Ben White on the outside for the first time, really. Left-footed cross into the box. He just hangs that in the air. Decent first touch to bring that down. Here's Calafiori. Gabriel has taken a deflection. Comfortable for Oblak. That pretty much sums up Arsenal, man. It's their defending players that are making the attacking moves. Oh, what a first touch that is from Griezmann. Sensational ball. Good covering defending by William Saliba. I mean, Saliba just glides across the pitch, doesn't he? So easy for him. Here's Ben White. Talked about Arsenal's left-hand side. The right-hand side hasn't been inspiring either. Eberiche Eze. Can understand why Mikel Arteta prefers his club captain Odegaard over Eberiche Eze, because Eze, when he's not going, when he's not cooking, looks like a player who's not very interested. Body language is unfair, but on the football pitch, it does tell a story. Odegaard, you'll see him drop in between the two centre halves, even though that's an absolutely useless thing to do. But he's just doing something, and sometimes doing something is better than doing nothing. Arsenal need a 1v1 dribbler desperately. I mean, they've got Saka and Martinelli as their 1v1 dribblers. They've got Noni Madueke, who's one of the best 1v1 dribblers, mate. What are you saying? Oh, there's a chance here. Declan Rice takes a shot. Deflection. It's a corner for Arsenal again. They want a handball here. I think it's just going to be a corner. It's Leandro Trossard for the first time. Again, it's clumsy by Griezmann, isn't it? Ugh. I don't want to see those kind of challenges. It is clumsy. It's right in front of the ref, so he's had a clear look. And it's a good question, TJ. How's that not a pen? It's a poor challenge. I'll never understand why these strikers or forwards make these challenges in the box. Rice's effort came off the chest of David Hanko, so those no claims of a pen there, but it's going to be a corner for Arsenal. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. That was not a good challenge by Griezmann on. Not a good challenge at all. I mean, it's very fortunate. Under 10 minutes remaining. Clumsy indeed, TJ. Clumsy indeed. And is it going to be corner for Arsenal to unlock this Atletico defense? Bukayo Saka and Eberechi as they play it short. Declan Rice with the strike. Well blocked by Llorente. Rice getting no elevation, no power on it. Can they work it well? It's Arsenal's defensive players again getting the shots. TJ, I'm convinced it was a pen. I'm not going to lie. Again, it's a poor challenge. Very poor challenge. Especially when strikers or forwards make those challenges in the box. You can bet your money it's a pen. You just know it is. Because they don't have the art of tackling, right? They just rush with blood to the head, trying to win those challenges like they do higher up the pitch. They make those same foolish challenges in the box. It's almost like you want to ban attackers in your own box. If you do, don't make a challenge. Just follow him around, be a body around, but never a tackle, never a challenge. Can Arsenal need to step it up? I keep saying it every 5-10 minutes, expecting them to step it up, but it's been more of the same. Arsenal's bench is pretty loaded. They do have Madueke, Odegaard and Kai Havertz. It's a good touch by Ben White finding Eze. Eze trying to dance past the entire Atletico defense. Good work there from Atletico, and they should win the foul. Koke does very well. You used to look at Atletico's centre-backs and know it's going to be a long day. Who the fuck is Hanko? They've got a Spanish international from France next to him. Lenormand and Hanko. I mean, that's the thing, right? Atletico Madrid are no longer the Simeone side of old because he knows that he doesn't have those defenders like Diego Godin and Miranda anymore, right? So he's got these new breed of centre-halves. Atletico Madrid are more, I would say, more of an attacking side or a iteration of an attacking side from Diego Simeone's point of view. They are no longer a sit back tight, hold out for a 0-0 draw kind of team. Not when those breeds of centre halves don't exist anymore. You offer someone like, just giving an example, like Acerbi from Inter Milan to go to Atletico Madrid, Simeone would absolutely love him. Old school Italian defender. Give him Chiellini and Bonucci. He'll probably still take them as well. Defend first. Worry about everything else later. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Step it up, Arsenal. You're on the cusp of history. Almost expecting them to do a bit more. Margins football. It's a risky game to play, especially when Atletico play with fine margins as well. They're a team that love to live on the edge. Here's Gabriel. Goes for the switch out to Ben White. Rogeri does well. Lookman. That's a very good first touch by the Nigerian, and he just gives the ball away to Victor Gyökeres. That is very poor from Ademola Lookman. There's a chance on the left-hand side. Here's Victor Gyökeres. Drops on a dime. Oh, it's poor from Gyökeres. He waits far too long, and he's getting moved off the ball. Is he going to get a corner? He isn't. Those breeds of CBs are playing in red. You call them old school defenders? Saliba is as modern as they get. I mean, he's a rare breed, unicorn profile. Gabriel, yeah, I would give him a bit more of a throwback centre half. Saliba is just, yeah, he plays a different sport. How good that guy is. And it's a real head scratcher, but still not first choice for his country. Deschamps preferring Ibrahima Konate and Dio Upamecano ahead of William Saliba. No mugs either. I mean, Upamecano's stocks have certainly been rising since he's moved to Bayern Munich. Again, on the right-hand side, the pass not finding David Raya. Raya did have that one nervous moment where he pretty much punched the ball back into the danger area. Could have very easily ended up in the back of the net, but in open play, it's been Atlético Madrid and not Arsenal. Saliba is sometimes too much of a liability? No way, TJ. I mean, there's one player I could just snap from your team tomorrow. He's got moments, sure. No centre back isn't free of poor movements and situations, if you know what I mean. But he is just an unbelievable player, man. Like I said, if there's one player I could just pick from Arsenal tomorrow, it would be Saliba, and not even close. I did raise my voice when York gets the ball. That's the only thing Arsenal are doing in an attacking sense. I mean, there have been no combinations in the final third. There's been nothing exciting. Victor Gyökeres at least runs. It's bare minimum. Forward play has been piss poor from Arsenal. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Again, no saves for Jan Oblak. In a Champions League semi-final, second leg at home, you have not... forget peppering the goal. It's not even take a shot from distance at least. It's been Rice and Gabriel who are taking shots from distance, not your attacking players. This is much better though. Oh, great defending. Eberiche Eze looking to link up. The hard work being applied there by Ruggieri there. He knows he was in a tricky situation. At a point in time, he had 2-3 moments a game that was shambles. Maybe. You watch more Arsenal games than I do, so I'll give you that. Every centre-back is... someone I really like is Upamecano. He makes some of the worst mistakes you'll ever see, man. He has one of those moments every game, right? Some of the worst mistakes. But if you see him for the rest of the 90 minutes plus, he's just unbelievable. But that mistake when he makes it, you're like, oh my goodness me. It's almost like a soul-crushing mistake. Other than that, you look at everything that they do, you're like, oof, serious defenders. 3 minutes plus added on time. Arsenal need to raise it up. Again, the tempo is so putrid. Look at this, man. Slow build up. Atletico Madrid have so many bodies back. You're not going to cross the ball and hope for the best here. Come on. And this could be trouble if Arsenal are... Saliba. Again, look at Saliba, man. So good. There's a reason why Madrid dropped his topic like a hot potato. He did sign a new contract, so to get him out of Arsenal would be a huge outlay. Try to get him maybe before that, but when you're at Arsenal making that kind of money, getting that improved contract as well, and now Arsenal looking to compete, looking to get over the line, they need these guys to step up and deliver when it matters the most. 2 minutes plus added on time remaining in the first half. Arsenal still looking for a moment of inspiration in the final third. Here's Bukayo Saka looking to isolate Ruggieri for the first time, really. Lookman is there for company. Ademola Lookman has had a shocking first half himself. Here's Gabriel. And Atletico Madrid have no problems to let Arsenal centre-halves and the defenders have the ball. They'll back off him, no problem. Saka has been shut down immediately. Oh, Saliba's pass. Trying to keep that attack going. Again, why is Raya coming out? Why? So needless. Yeah, Gabriel's going to get it. He's very much capable of sprinting 4 or 5 more yards rather than you gunning 30 or 40 yards forward. That's a clever looking pass. It's a good bit of defense work there. It's Victor Gyökeres, Oblak in no man's land. It's Victor Gyökeres. He chips it in the air. It's Leandro Trossard. Trossard has to pass. Trossard goes for goal. It's a block and it's 1-0 to Arsenal. The offside flag stays down and it's Bukayo Saka who gives Arsenal the lead. A minute before half time. A touch of fortune attached to it, but they will not care. Well, how did the ball fall to Bukayo Saka? We'll have to lead the inquiry here. It looked like Atletico Madrid did well enough. Leandro Trossard took an age to release the ball. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. As they wanted the ball fed to him, it did not arrive. Atletico Madrid players look a bit crestfallen here. The chins are down. Bukayo Saka has had an incredible week. Champions League semi-final scorer. There are not too many in Arsenal's history. He has done it in 2 seasons now. Gyökeres was clearly onside. And he gets there first. He shows a bit of composure. Puts that across in the air. Defending was good. Now, this is where Trossard, as an attacker, you'll be feeling, just release the ball. He goes for a shot instead. Oblak's parry is right into the path of Saka. Unmissable range. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Again, Saka has just smelt it. He's just poached it. He just follows it up. Nobody tracks his run. Lenormand caught completely cold. Saka just has the easiest of tasks. I'm telling you, Gyökeres is good, man. He's not world class, but he's good. There's something in Victor Gyökeres. Useful. Gautam, you're saying it's done? The 3-0 prediction is on? Could be. As a cliche as it sounds, the next goal will decide this match by the looks of it. I think that will be that in terms of first action. Right in the stroke of half-time, Bukayo Saka scoring that all-important goal. The Arsenal fans are in dreamland. They are 45 minutes away from a spot in the finals. Welcome to the stream, Kashishpal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 45 minutes away, brother. How long have you guys waited for this? You can almost reach out and touch it. It's happening in the Premier League. It is happening in the Champions League. Arsenal lead 1-0 at the break despite being nowhere near their best. Bukayo Saka with the captain's armband a minute before half-time gives Arsenal the lead, with Atletico Madrid playing some decent football at times, surrendering a lot of possession to Arsenal in the first half. But Arsenal beat that door down and they have the lead. Well, in terms of a watch, it was a tough one, but the game needed a goal, desperately needed a goal, and now Atletico Madrid will come out to play. Well, Arsenal need to play as well. There's no way they can just sit back, take this 1-goal advantage and hope to close it out. You know that Mikel Arteta is planning the nastiest of deep blocks himself, but it's certainly going to be interesting as to how the second half will be approached by not just Simeone, but Mikel Arteta as well. Does he look to go for that assured method? Does he bring on Zubomendi for Miles Lewis-Skelly? That's possibly a substitution that I'm expecting to see in the second half. Kai Havertz coming on for Victor Gyökeres is another one. Martin Odegaard possibly coming on for Bukayo Saka. All players who can keep the ball better. From Atletico Madrid's point of view, it's going to be this team that's going to have to take the responsibilities on their shoulders. You need to see Griezmann and Alvarez. Alvarez has done a lot of good things, but nothing inside the box. All of his good work outside the box, turning, running with the ball, linking with his teammates. A lot of unselfish play, but he needs to get in the box and get his shots away. I think that is something that Simeone will be absolutely adamant that he gets that point across. But the interesting thing in the first leg is Alexander Sørloth didn't see the pitch. Now, that was something that I was thinking, why wouldn't you bring on a different profile of striker, especially when the game was at 1-1 at that occasion? Now, stakes are completely different now. It is completely off. It is all or nothing from Simeone's point of view. He's got 45 minutes to save his season, because it's not going to happen in La Liga, the Champions League, where it's all about. Does he pull something out of the ordinary, or does he just run it back, tell his team a bit more composure, a bit more quality in the final third? Your chance will come, and when it does, be clinical in front of goal. Arsenal will be looking to close this game out. That has to be their intent. Atleti have nothing to offer. What a sorry team. These guys just came here to defend for 90 minutes. Nasty team. I mean, we were all desperate to watch Barcelona Arsenal, weren't we? Let's be honest. That would have been the semi-finals for us. But Atletico Madrid, they don't just go away. You need to put them away. They're coming out all out attack. They have no choice, Tarun. They have to come out all out attack. They just have to go, go, go. But again, service into the front too is absolutely critical. So Koke and Lorente making a lot of moves, a lot of few passes, but nothing incisive. The wing play has to certainly improve. Lookman needs to wake up. Somebody needs to remind him that this is a Champions League semi-final. This cannot be a performance that you go out with. That second half from him needs to be crucial. Step it up because he's been pretty much a passenger. Yes, he's helped out defensively in terms of being a shield because Bukayo Saka is on that side. But going forward, Lookman needs to do so much better. Same with Simeone down the right. Atletico Madrid's team can certainly go up a couple of levels. Arsenal, I think it's going to be more of the same. I don't see anything changing really. I mean, the goal came from something out of the ordinary. It wasn't like creative plays cut Atleti open. It was a touch of fortune. Oblak making the save right into the path of Saka to tap it home from close range. Again, Trossard, I'm not sure what he was doing there because if Oblak holds that down, right? If he holds the ball, you just look at Leandro Trossard and say, what were you thinking there? There was so much time to make a decision and that's what you came up with. But it ends up being a shot on target, Oblak spilling, and of course, Bukayo Saka doing the rest. Rishpal, you want me to say Arsenal to play the final? 45 minutes. In 45 minutes, if the scoreline remains the same or Arsenal improve on it, I will have no choice but to say it. I think Simeone needs to bring Sorloth on ASAP in the second half. Atletico, no box presence against an already aerially dominant CB partnership. Putting crosses in was not even an option. I mean, that's why I said, why did he not play Sorloth at any time at the Metropolitano? I'll never understand. Is he like saving him up for this game? It's got to be. But again, who do you withdraw? You can't take off Alvarez. Do you take off Griezmann or put maybe Griezmann on the right and take off Simeone, but then you lose a lot of that running power down the right-hand side? Atletico are playing like a compact 4-4-2, so bringing on Sorloth is a decision, sure, but you take off Griezmann? That's the only decision, really. They need a physical striker to occupy the centre-backs, allowing Alvarez and Griezmann Benya to play off him or arrive into the space around the D. Again, if they need to bring on someone like Sorloth, it's not going to be with Griezmann and Alvarez. It's going to be for one of them. So that's pretty much going to be the situation from their point of view. Sorloth's going to come on, but I don't think he's going to come on at halftime. Maybe in the 60-minute mark, might see the Norwegian. But it should be an interesting 45 minutes. It's got to be a better watch than the first 45 minutes. That was unacceptable as a footballing contest, as a watch for a neutral. It was a shambles. But yep, Arsenal have the lead, and they're 45 minutes away from a spot in the finals. Well, guys, I'll be back for the second half. Just give me 5 minutes, and I'll be swiftly back. Looking at that penalty incident, I mean, you can't really convince me that that's not a pen. Arsenal fans would have complained about that if they didn't get the goal. I saw that. I saw it a couple of times. It's a push at the back. Could have very easily been a pen. Atletico Madrid lucky on that occasion, but not getting fortunate for the Saka goal. 1-0 at halftime. I'll be back for the second half. 6 minutes. See you in 6 minutes' time. Well, we're a few minutes away from the start of the second half. And the three halves of football that we've seen between Atletico Madrid and Arsenal in open play has been pretty dire. There's been very little in terms of creativity and offensive football that we have seen. It needs to improve. Maybe in the second half, Atletico Madrid will come out and play. They certainly have to improve. I mean, they've caused Arsenal no problems, really. Just a couple of hairy moments, but nothing that really would have bothered Mikel Arteta or Arsenal. Arsenal, on the other hand, they haven't played much football themselves. A moment coming out of pretty much nothing. Bukayo Saka scoring right at the stroke of halftime. What a Simeone got in store for us here. 45 minutes away for either one of these sides to book their spot to Budapest. Arsenal waiting 20 years for a final. Atletico Madrid 10 years for their final. The third under Simeone is something that they're looking for. Lookman needs to improve. That first half was unacceptable from the Nigerian. 45 minutes away from these boys to book their destiny in Hungary. There's no place to hide. There's no place to cower. It's all about showcasing personality. Your quality in the final third has to improve. We talked about Diego Simeone possibly bringing on Alexander Sørloth at some point in this game. Arsenal centre-halves have had very little in terms of somebody to occupy them. We've seen Julian Alvarez dropping painfully deep from Atletico Madrid's point of view to try and affect the play. Griezmann has been on the periphery of things on the right-hand side. Haven't seen too much of Simeone. Arsenal in the second half, they'll know that they're 45 minutes away from something historic. Something that does not happen to this club often. They've had to wait 2 decades. So much pain. And now just 45 minutes away. It's simple from Arsenal's point of view. Do not lose this half of football, and they will be in Budapest. Mikel Arteta, 6 years, 7 years, $1 billion spent, and it all culminates here. A nightmare April, but the month later, in May, things have started to shine brightly for Arsenal again. City dropping points. The league is in their hands. They have to beat West Ham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. 2 of those 3 teams in the relegation zone. You ask any Arsenal fans that you give these 3 opponents to win your first league title since 2004, they would snap your arm off. That's how close they are. That's how close they are to something historic. Diego Simeone looks nervous, very, very nervous on the bench there. It's not a man that exudes a lot of confidence. Arsenal will have to step up their efforts in the second half. A massive 45 minutes coming at the Emirates Stadium. And the first half that really flattered to see, we didn't see too much in terms of exciting play, combinations, or anything worthy of a UEFA Champions League semi-final. We knew that these 2 teams, it's all about the fine margins, it's all about defensive solidity and structure first, goals second, and that's exactly how it's panned out in the 2 legs so far. Oh, Alvarez has given the ball away. Saka punches the ball to Victor Gyökeres. Yes, Gyökeres' touch needed to be better on that occasion. The second goal will pretty much ice this tie from Arsenal's point of view. On the left-hand side, here's Ruggieri. He's got a bit of space to cross, decides to keep it short for Lookman instead. An early Atletico goal will certainly make this game very interesting. On the right-hand side, cross comes into the box. Lookman's header, it's a chance. Arsenal clear. Better, much better from Atletico Madrid. That's more that they've done in the first minute of the second half than they've done in the entirety of the first 45 minutes. A bit of sustained period of attack, nearly resulting in something productive. Well, Victor Gyökeres against Lenormand, this should be a one-way battle really in terms of physicality and that kind of aerial threat. It's going to win a lot of those fouls and just relieve those pressurized moments that Arsenal will face in the second half. Really in terms of physical. The Arsenal centre-backs seldom threatened in that opening 45 minutes. Not at all threatened at the Wanda Metropolitano. It's called Ria there, Metropolitano right now. I think they no longer call it the Wanda Metropolitano. It's a beautiful stadium though. Atletico Madrid doing just moving mountains under Diego Simeone. What they were as a club before his arrival and what he's turned them into. Absolutely incredible. They used to be those meek spenders. They're not anymore. You see them in the transfer market, how they operate. Best example is Julian Alvarez, 81 million quid, bang, showing a bit of ambition in the January window as well, going and getting Ademola Lookman. On the right-hand side, this is a decent movement here. Pubil puts the ball into the box. It's a weak cross. Atletico Madrid now on the front foot. It's a goal that has certainly woken them up now. They know that they have to play with a level of personality and add a bit of jeopardy to their play. Cannot be safe anymore. They need to take risks. Here's David Hanko. Finds Ruggieri on the left-hand side. Arsenal retreat into their mid-block here. Lenormand giving you Lindelof flashbacks. You know, a DEI defender when you see one. I mean, he starts for Spain, man. I mean, he can't be that bad, right? Think about it. Yes, they are not blessed with the best defensive collection of centre-halves. I mean, they've got Dean Huijsen and Pau Cubarsí as their young main centre-halves, playing for Barcelona and Real Madrid. But Lenormand is a starter for Spain. Good turn there from Leandro Trossard. Again, goes down like it was shot in the back. It's nothing really from Marcus Llorente. It's a tug of the jersey, yep. Free kick for Arsenal. Again, this is where they load the box up. Declan Rice with the delivery. Magalhaes will be peeling away towards the far stick. Declan Rice had a good first half in terms of covering the spaces, making those interceptions and driving forward with the ball. Into the 50th minute, here's Bukayo Saka, the goal scorer, onto the right-hand side. Ben White, oh, it's a decent ball in. It looked like it might have found the head of Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres was nowhere to be found. Better from Arsenal. Saliba just hooks that into touch. Throw in for Atletico Madrid. It's going to be nervous for Arsenal. It's not going to be straightforward. This was a good cross from Ben White, though. He's looking for Gyökeres. He wasn't there. Neither was Saliba nor Gabriel. In terms of possession, it's been Atletico. Now on the left-hand side, Ruggieri is seeing more of the action. It's a poor ball, though. Atleti fullbacks have no real offensive quality. Going forward, you can't really expect them to put something of note. Pubil as centre-half, playing as right-back. Of course, Ruggieri on the left-hand side does not really have the pace nor the trickery. No, Barcelona had a red card and blah, blah. This Atletico side is just nothing. There's no way they should be here. Barcelona had 2 cracks at them and still couldn't beat them. Even in the second leg after Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres scored. Lookman scored, and from there, Atletico Madrid just shut up short. You're going to get a massive chance, miss it, and we'll think about it for the next 7 years. That's true. Oh, there's a poor header. There's a chance here, and it is going to be 1-1. What a challenge. Oh, William Saliba, that is world class. That is some way to atone. Simeone thought he had an empty net to tap into. Arsenal with one moment. Just a hopeful ball played forward. Simeone is onside. That is a terrible header. Oh, Gabriel, that is last ditch. TJ, you got me there. Saliba, what were you doing with the header? But that challenge from Gabriel. Wow. Has he gotten the ball first? I don't think he has. Oh my goodness me. I mean, that is such a tight call. That should have been 1-1. Corner now for Atletico Madrid. Decent ball in. Raya punches. And a shot from distance over the crossbar. Well, that moment from Saliba came out of the blue, TJ. The first half that he had, it should have been a comfortable cushion header. To do what he did, almost killed his team. Well, Atletico needed a moment. Was that the moment that they were waiting for? Can Simeone, why doesn't he pull the trigger early on? I mean, he waits an eternity before he could just put his foot through it. Gabriel was never going to let him go. Which was a foul, Gautam. The Gabriel challenge. He didn't get the ball, but he didn't really foul Simeone either. Again, not a good challenge. Be a harsh call. It didn't really make that contact on Simeone when it really does matter. There was contact on him, but not enough to really trouble him. Calafiori loses the ball to Marcos Llorente. What a clever pass that is to Antoine Griezmann now. Atletico are moving here. That's a decent enough pass. Well cut out on the right-hand side. Now Llorente. Good tracking back there by Leandro Trossard. Yep, the Gabriel tackle, I got that. Again, don't think that was a foul. Again, 50-50 decision. Well, Arsenal fans will ask the question, was the Trossard foul more of a pen than the Gabriel one? He'll have a decent this thing. But he has to score, man. Giuliano Simeone. He has to score there. What a glorious opportunity. You're not going to get another mistake out of Saliba, that's for sure. Especially that poor from him. Oh, Hanko's pass. Fired at Jerry. Now venturing forward. Griezmann. Good challenge by Declan Rice. Rice makes the interception and now drives forward. What a run this is by Declan Rice. Rice keeps motoring. Rice shifts it onto the right-hand side. It's Victor Gyökeres. Good block. Llorente of all people making his way back. And now it's end-to-end here. It's Atletico Madrid on the attack. Antoine Griezmann, he slowed the pace of the attack completely. What is he doing? That is so poor. And he was on the wrong side of him. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's not the best of challenges from Gabriel. Ugly challenge for sure. But it's last ditch. You know he's going to do something about it. Oh, there's another decent entry into the box. It's cleared away. It's not the blue with Saliba. It's Saliba, it's the sky. It's all blue. I'm surprised, TJ. I'm surprised. Here's Calafiori. Okay, not the best of passes to Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres holds it up nicely and finds Calafiori. Nicely done here. Ricardo Calafiori. Again, he's the one who's getting forward the most for Arsenal down the left. Nicely done by Julian Alvarez. But the performance from Ademola Lookman is just unacceptable, Gautam. Griezmann's still been better, but Lookman's performance, oof. Disgraceful. Disgraceful is a better word than I would use. Cannot have a game like this in such a momentous occasion. To drop an absolute stinker, I mean, just question yourself as a personality. Good movement again. Griezmann with the strike. And it's a chance. On the follow, they block it again. Griezmann, that's a foul. Ref, that's a foul. He's not going to give it. He's possibly going to get Griezmann booked for a dive. Oh, it's all happening here now. 10 minutes into the second half, Atletico Madrid have woken up. Good strike this from Griezmann. Again, it's not convincing from Raya. Pubil gets there first. Oh, that's a challenge. Now, see, Gabriel doesn't get the ball there either. Oh, that's a foul, ref. Calafiori on Griezmann. That is a foul. That's a pen. Calafiori is out of control there. He certainly catches Griezmann. I've gotten just the one look at it. VAR is going to have a few more. Let's have a look here. Oh, it's a clear pen. It's not even a discussion. That's a penalty. That is a stonewall penalty. Is he not given it? I cannot believe it. There is no way that has not been considered as a pen. What am I looking now? What have I missed? Somebody help me out. Well, Molina and Solot have both come on here. What am I missing here? That is a pen. Oh my goodness me. They've given it as a goal kick. Lookman, Simeone and Lenormand are off. Cardozo, Sorloth, and Molina are on. Johnny Cardozo started the game in the reverse fixture. How is that not a pen? I mean, what's going on here? Arsenal are going to make a double substitution themselves. Calafiori is coming off for Piero Hincapié, and Noni Madueke is possibly going to replace Leandro Trossard on that left-hand side. Again, there has to be an explanation as to how that was not a pen. Calafiori is out of control with the challenge. Leberiche Eze, he has to depart. Poor performance from Eze as well. Eze and Lookman, they're the two players that I was actually thinking that they're going to step up today, and they've been the worst players on the pitch. Terrible from both of them. Even Eze, so disappointing from him. Well, Saka is coming off from Madueke. This is certainly an interesting move by Mikel Arteta. There's still so much of the game still to go. He's bringing on Ødegaard, Madueke, and Hincapié. Whistle went for what, TJ? I mean, again, I can't hear what the commentators are saying there, so did the ball go out of play? I mean, either way, that's a pen, TJ. That's a clear pen. Well, Ødegaard gets the captain's armband. This is certainly a very interesting move by Mikel Arteta. Has he moved early here? Take off Bukayo Saka. Certainly an interesting choice. This game could very easily go to extra time as well. Much better though from Atlético Madrid. Much better. Finally, they're looking like they're going to compete. If you looked at the opening 45 minutes, they were just happy to take part. The foul was already called for the previous foul on Arsenal. Well, that's the only thing that's going to save them, because if it's only the challenge, it would have been a shocking one. But if that's the case, then fair play. Had to be something, because my eyes cannot be deceiving me. Here's Madueke. It's Martin Ødegaard who blasts it from distance over the crossbar. Ødegaard looking to make the perfect captain's impact with his very first touch. Almost leaning away from the ball on that occasion. Gabriel Hanze and Mikel Arteta, very much animated here. Calafiori, Eze and Saka all coming off. Triple substitution by both coaches. Well, Sorloth coming on is definitely going to be a different proposition. And we do see, I think it's going to be Julian Alvarez playing on the left-hand side now. Sorloth and Griezmann as the two centre forwards. In a ball forward, should be comfortable for Oblak. It is. Victor Gyökeres again puts himself about. Can't fault his effort. There's half an hour remaining. Arsenal on the cusp here. Can nearly reach out and touch it. A spot in the final beckons. Atletico Madrid are not going to make it easy, that's for sure. How is that a pen if a foul was called and the whistle went? I didn't hear the foul or the pen on Miles Lewis-Kelly, so that's the only reason. Like I said, something that I didn't hear, I couldn't see. If it is only the challenge, there was no doubt in my mind. What a touch that is from Sorloth. Finds Griezmann, who shrugs off the challenge. Can't get it forward here. Arsenal with strength in numbers behind. It's going to be a nervy half an hour here for Arsenal. Koke shifts it onto the right-hand side for Molina. And Atletico Madrid will have to exercise patience themselves. No, another Arsenal goal will pretty much finish them off in terms of any sort of resistance. Last half an hour is where they'll have to just be a little bit more deliberate. Look at the stats. Very little to separate the two teams in terms of it. I think Arsenal 2 shots on target, Atleti with 1. There's Cardozo. I think Llorente shifts back into right back by the looks of it. Johnny Cardozo, American, will just slot in the midfield area alongside Koke. Shape remains the same. Again, Gyökeres trying to make himself a nuisance, a bully, but Pubil does well. Lenormand was certainly struggling against Victor Gyökeres in that physical battle. Marc Pobil, 22 years old, from Spain. Don't think he did anything wrong there. Did nicely to get on the outside to make the challenge. Throw in for Arsenal. Hincapié asking a bit out of Victor Gyökeres. It's a throw in for Atleti. And it's not desperation time, but you do want to see Atletico Madrid's tempo just trying to click now. Combination play is going to be so critical. Get everybody involved on the same wavelength. It's a loose pass there by Piero Hincapié. Alvarez shifts it onto the left-hand side. Ruggieri can run with the ball now. Keeps it short here for Cardozo. There's Alvarez again. Alvarez dropping deep. No longer needing to be a focal point. He can just float around. That's a clever back heel there for Llorente. Rides the challenge. Good tackle by Rice. That's not the first time I've said it. Rice's tackles and interception have been crucial to shut out the Atletico Madrid attacks. I thought it was Saliba again. It wasn't. Alex Baena coming on for Atletico Madrid. Well, Simeone recognizing that he has to throw all his attacking gunners now on the pitch. Peña will certainly add a bit more creativity in the final third. Number 10 coming on. He's got a presence in Sorloth. He's got Julian Alvarez buzzing around. I think he's going to replace Antoine Griezmann here. Be very surprised if it wasn't Griezmann. Otherwise, it's going to be ultra attacking from Atletico Madrid's point of view. Alex Baena will have more legs, a bit more about him. Griezmann has been underwhelming today. Opportunity though with the free kick to sign off. Baena is coming on for Griezmann. There's a reason why Griezmann is going to sign off after this season into the sunset. Griezmann delivers. It's headed away quite easily by Saliba. Should be recycled back into the box. It isn't. It's kept short. Marcus Llorente now playing as a right back. Pobil now moving as the centre back now. You know that Diego Simeone just loves the shape, and everything that happens will be in this iteration. Oh, that's a very good pass there by Molina. It's Julian Alvarez who just shapes the ball into the box, but it's easy for Raya. It's the first time that we've actually seen Atletico Madrid attempt a cross. They've got somebody to aim at. Arsenal have managed this well enough though. Here's Odegaard. Finds Piero Hincapié. Onto the left-hand side is Leandro Trossard. Bring Dauman on for Trossard and swap with Madueke. I mean, Dauman is not going to come on, is he? 16 years of age. You put him on in a game like this? I mean, since Dauman scored against Everton, I want to say, he's barely seen any pitch time. I mean, very little. To play him in a Champions League semi-final out of the blue. Certainly would be interesting. 25 minutes remaining here. Arsenal nearly getting the job done. Hasn't been pretty, but as it's been throughout the season for them, effective. What a pass that is! And Victor Gyökeres having a glorious opportunity. Oh, Hincapié puts it on a plate there for Gyökeres. He has to score. My goodness me, this ball by Piero Hincapié. He's onside. He picks his head up. One look. Oh my goodness. He has to score. It's difficult technique. It's on the volley, but keep that down and it's 2-0 to Arsenal. Is that a sitter, Gautam? It probably isn't, but it is a glorious opportunity. Difficult technique. It's coming with pace. It's on the volley, but he needs to keep it down. If he keeps it down, it's a goal. How costly is that going to turn out to be? Oof. At the perfect time as well. Oh my goodness me, he's taken off both Griezmann and Julian Alvarez. Thiago Almada and Alex Baena coming on. Taking off Alvarez is certainly a choice. He's gone with a completely new front three now. Simeone clearly not happy, expecting more. Front three not delivering. Here's Llorente. Peña looks to play that first time. It's just cleared away. This is literally why they bought him. Fair. Absolutely fair. He has to score. There's no excuses. And if Arsenal don't win from here or something happens, they're going to look back at that chance and saying that that is exactly what we bought you. We excuse everything else about your play, your lack of hold-up play, your inability to bring your teammates into the play, but he has to score that one. He'll play his ass out here, TJ. Possibly. Possibly. Well, Arsenal haven't troubled Jan Oblak in the second half, but they have created the best opportunity of the match. Piero Nketiah's ball was so special, wasn't it? Oh, brilliant pass there by Lewis Kelly. Slightly overhit there for Trossard. I'm surprised Trossard's still on the pitch, considering Arsenal made the triple substitution. Solo does well, but he's under pressure. Saliba, touch tight to the Norwegian. Finding Declan Rice now. But Atleti won't even know what hit him with Dortmund. That's for sure. That's for sure. Atleti have lost of their 7. Have lost 7 of their last 10 games. Why are we expecting anything from these clowns? Gotham, your hate for Atletico is so good. I'm worried for Cholo more than anything else. He's done so much for this club. Those 2 finals that he lost, man, it's just footballing justice if he could get his hands on the trophy once. But I think this was his best opportunity. Oh, that's a terrible pass given away. Ben White with the strike. And he lets Atletico Madrid off the hook there. Oh, what a suicidal pass that was. In the 70th minute, he's gone for the switch. It's gone straight across the ground to Ben White. One touch, tries to hit that. Well, as it stands, Bukayo Saka is the match winner and will take Arsenal to their first final since 2006 in Paris. Budapest will be the destination. Will the Arsenal fans already start booking their tickets? Or will they still be holding their fire here? 20 minutes remaining. Cholo Simeone. Not enough. In the 2 legs, not enough in terms of an attacking threat. The same could be said about Arsenal too. But in terms of the fine margins, Arsenal have it down to a T here this season. Here's Ruggieri. Finds Johnny Cardozo. Certainly more legs now for Atletico Madrid. Alex Peña, Thiago Almada all coming on. Molina on the right-hand side. Here's Llorente. Marcus Llorente with the ball. It's not the best. It's easy for Gabriel and even easier for David Raya. 20 minutes to go. Atleti don't have a better squad than Bournemouth. Facts. They don't have depth, that's for sure. I mean, in midfield, they were happy to let Conor Gallagher go. They got some money from him. Didn't really replace him in terms of a midfield option. It's still Koke and Llorente. We saw them all those years back, still in 2026, holding it down for Atletico Madrid. It's a corner for Arsenal. Victor Gyökeres trying to rile up the crowd. Arsenal desperate for a second. Who's going to bring on his Gen Z game? Dauman? Oh, fuck, I'm getting a cramp. 19 minutes to go. Well, do Arsenal have the present nicely wrapped up with the set piece? The goal here will certainly guarantee their spot in the finals now. It looks like it'll be a bridge too far for Atletico Madrid. Declan Rice delivers. Good defensive header. Here's Noni Madueke. Oh, gets away from the challenge nicely. Good to put the ball into the box. It's a poor cross. That pretty much sums up Madueke, doesn't it? He does well to create separation. He does well to do everything in the final third. But when it comes to the final ball, he does struggle. Guys, just 1 second. I'm getting a freaking cramp. The final 15 minutes, just over that. Atletico Madrid need to do more. They certainly need to do more here. This can't carry on from their point of view. They need to step it up. Arsenal making more defensive reinforcements. Bringing on Martin Zubimendi. Solo does well. I played football, Manny, today. That's why I'm cramping up. I'm dying. I don't know how I'm going to make it for the next 15 minutes here. It's a corner for Atleti, is it? I think it is. I'm cramping up so badly. I think I'm going to die. I've got 16 minutes. This game cannot go to extra time, that's for sure. Atletico Madrid, in an open play, it's been flat. Set pieces. They have to somehow manage to get something from it. Ball into the box, easily headed away again from Arsenal. Chance on the counter-attack. Good pass, very good pass on the left-hand side. Looks to drop the shoulder and looks to cross into the box here. Sorlot's header. It wasn't Sorlot's header really, it was a centre-half who was still ventured forward. Sorlot with a clumsy challenge. Just looks like Atletico don't have enough in the tank. They don't have the quality. They don't have the final third incision needed to break down this Arsenal defence. Well, Arsenal in the clutch in May. 3 clean sheets. 3 clean sheets on the bounce. Newcastle, Fulham and Atletico Madrid. I mean, if it goes to extra time, great, but I don't see how Atletico Madrid... I mean, the only chance that they've actually had in the second half has been courtesy of a Saliba mistake. A back header which went straight into the path of Simeone. He had to score on that occasion. Victor Gyökeres with a glorious opportunity himself. Gyökeres is strong and he holds off the challenge. Victor Gyökeres, he needs to lay it off. Instead, he goes for the shot. Anko has to be a bottom 5 CB in Europe. No arguments from me. He's been pretty poor. He's been bullied by Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres doesn't do that to too many Premier League centre-halves, that's for sure. Well, Arsenal are going to reach the final in typical Arsenal form. In typical Arsenal way. 1-0 to the Arsenal by the looks of it. Oh, risky by Hincapié. Raya clears, but not too far. Then Almada and Benya, since coming on, need to grab a hold of this game here. Alvarez, Griezmann, Lookman, all coming off. Nobody making the impact in the forward line for Atletico Madrid. Here's Benya. Onto the left-hand side. Again, Cardozo looking to add a bit of injection of pace. Moves it onto the left-hand side. Can he get the cross into the box? Sorloth, the obvious target. Cross comes in. Raya with an excellent claim. Atleti got Vegas up front. Sorloth has had a nothing game, but
think their creativity just doesn't exist, does it? I mean, in the final third, those 1-2 touch passes, trying to break down a deep block, they don't have too many ideas in that department. They're a team that relies on transitions, and Arsenal have not let them counter too many times. Well, as it stands, the decision to take off Bukayo Saka turns into a masterstroke because Saka's got the winner. He takes all the adulation and he's well rested for West Ham at the weekend as well. So, perfect scenario for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. It was the timing of the goal that really killed Atletico Madrid just before halftime when Arsenal were not threatening whatsoever. That Saka goal changed everything. Here's Madueke. Madueke goes on the outside, looks for the cross in, easily defended. Sorloth, can he get his header on it? He can't. Saliba, excellent. Declan Rice. Good pass onto the right hand side. It's all about game management now for Arsenal. They are so close to the final. Gyökeres eased off the ball. Arsenal's ball retention in the final third completely missing now. They've taken off their players who take control of the ball. Saka and Eberechi Eze are more protectors of the ball. The likes of Madueke, you never know what's going to happen with him. Is he going to give it or is he going to somehow find his teammate? In terms of a watch, in terms of quality, it's just been sorely lacking. This is not a Champions League semi-final, man. I'm sorry it isn't. This has got to be more. PSG, Bayern Munich, what have you got for us tomorrow? Good run by Odegaard. Gyökeres beaten to the punch there, but Zubomendi pinches the loose pass onto the right-hand side. Here's Madueke finding Odegaard. Arsenal looking for the second here. Ben White on the overlap. Looks for the cross into the box. Easy for Oblak. Pretty much sums up Arsenal in open play as well. Nothing much really to shout about. In terms of a tactical battle, Gautam, help me out. What's been the difference? I got nothing. I really don't. It's just that Arsenal are big and powerful and Atleti are not. Can he get the cross inside the box? He's going to have to delay and check his run. Going for a reverse pass there is such a strange decision. Well, Atleti have gotten worse because they've brought on inferior players in the forward line. If it's not happening with Alvarez, Griezmann, it's not going to happen with Sorloth and Banya and Almada for all of people. I mean, it's just not, is it? Here's Almada. Llorente thought about the shot. Was Llorente on the right-hand side rather? It's Llorente with the cross into the box. Raya just about gets a fingertip to it. It's cleared away by Ben White. Atletico Madrid keeping the danger going here. Sorloth with a decent touch. It's Llorente with the strike. It's a P-roller. Easy for Raya. Time to admit it. Cholo's washed. Yeah, he probably is. There's no romance in football, is there? It's a cruel, it's a harsh sport. And if you don't look to entertain the masses, well, that's going to be a foul, ref. That has to be a foul on Victor Gyökeres. It's a yellow card as well. Again, Pubil can have no complaints. What is he complaining about? He's got both arms around Gyökeres. Gyökeres does well. And the jersey tug as well. What more does he need? But Cholo's going nowhere, is he though, Gautam? Still got the best contract. I mean, these are the two highest paid coaches in world football, if I'm not mistaken. Simeone and Arteta. And this is the football that they're serving up. It seems that Simeone has put a monster effort on the sidelines, but it's not been reflected in terms of his team play. And they worked hard, they've made it difficult, but where's the quality? Where's that incision? Where's that moment that gets you off your feet? Nothing. Well, free kick for Arsenal. What's the point, though? Yeah, what is the point, really? Especially when you spend this kind of money, you get something from your coach in return, right? As long as they deliver trophies, they will be forgiven. But if you don't, oof, becomes very, very difficult. Atletico, though, almost feel indebted to Cholo Simeone, so I think they're going to run it back again next season. Haven't heard any talks about him possibly leaving. One club would have been Inter Milan, but they've got Christian Kivu, who's doing fantastically well there. If Atleti have anything about them, they sign Iraola tomorrow. Well, Iraola is going to be in demand, that's for sure. Leaving Bournemouth in the summer. He's going to have his pick of his clubs by the looks of it. Progressive Spanish coach. So will Cesc Fabregas, maybe. But with 7.5 minutes remaining, Gabriel Martinelli coming on for Leandro Trossard. Trossard, despite having a nothing game really, did have that all-important moment where he took the shot, which was spilled by Oblak straight into the path of Bukayo Saka. And Arsenal, from that moment on, are now 7 minutes of stoppage time away from Budapest. Atleti have covered more distance as a team, that is, but again, it's a useless stat really. Other than that, I don't think Atletico Madrid have outdone Arsenal in any department. And this is not even Arsenal at their best. That's the thing. Arsenal have been well below par. They just know how to manage games. They just know once they get their nose in front, they have so much practice almost. Like, just go back into their defensive shape. Make sure that there are no spaces in front. And that's the thing. Atletico Madrid, the only chance that they've had was that Saliba back pass. Other than that, they've not created anything with good team play. 6 minutes plus stoppage time now. I'm sure that the Arsenal fans are just waiting for the full-time whistle. And some of the Atletico fans are in tears, watching their side exit in the Champions League semi-finals. Certainly a tough sight to watch, but Llorente does well. It's a corner. Arsenal fans absolutely buzzing. I mean, talk about 2 brilliant days for them. Last night where Manchester City dropped 2 crucial points, and now a spot in the final the very next night. This is dreamland for Arsenal, the biggest week in Arsenal Football Club history, and they've pretty much achieved objective 1, that is beating Atletico Madrid here. Beat West Ham, which is their toughest game by the looks of it, away from home, and Arsenal are well on course for a double. Whatever happens in the final happens. Here's Declan Rice to deliver. 5 minutes remaining. Corner comes in. Gabriel gets his header. Nothing on it. You'd cry too if you supported them. I mean, Cholo does bring a lot of passion. Yes, his football is tough to watch. Not a sight for sore eyes. And Sorloth just trying to chest that down. And it's got to be said that Arsenal, having played Leverkusen, Sporting and Atletico Madrid as your path to the final, has got to be the best path ever. There's a chance here for Sorloth. What a terrible shot that was. The first real opportunity, and he looks like he's never kicked a ball in his life. The ball breaks so kindly to him, and it's a complete air shot. Funniest part of all this is if Atleti manage to steal a goal, they have to play 30 minutes with these morons. Hey, if this goes to extra time as well, it's going to be Arsenal, so there's no real point of that. But Sorloth, get a shot away. How much more of a chance do you need? That's poor. I'll just punt it forward. Almost anywhere will do. Gabriel is clever. He knows that a bit of contact was arriving. He's always going to go down like a ton of bricks. Sorloth knows that he's not done too much there, but goodness me. The ball just perfectly on his left foot. And that was a chance. That was your opportunity. Arsenal fans biting their nails nervously. They're 3 minutes plus stoppage time away. They can barely look. These fans have waited 20 years to reach a Champions League final. Well, for a weight of trophy, they waited so long. Are they going to get both in the very same year? I mean, in the final, when it's all about fine margins, the team will play with fine margins. They will fancy their chances. Here's Almada. Oh, Marcus Llorente might get there first. They'll fancy their chances, be it PSG or Bayern Munich. They know that if they can keep that defensive solidity. Sporting Lisbon, they didn't concede a goal. Atlético Madrid, they conceded only via a penalty. Oh, Johnny Cardozo has to be careful. He got robbed off the ball. He's fouled them. Again, Atlético Madrid, got to do something more. Something more is needed. This cannot be the way to exit the competition. Well, Arsenal have not lost a single game in this season's Champions League. And they've reached the finals. Some would say, fair play. Yes, you get the lucky side of the draw, but you can only play what's in front of you. And Arsenal have done just that. It's not been easy on the eye. It's not been pretty. It's not been attractive. It's been dogged. It's been all about determination, digging deep, and just relying on a moment. Atleti have run out of ideas, man. It's so hard to watch them play football here. 90 seconds of the 90 remain. Poor pass there by Alex Baena. Baena again. Now trying to drive forward. Alex Baena with the strike, and that sums up Atletico Madrid. It's a shot well over the crossbar. Simeone wants more from his team, but I think that's as good as it gets from them. Respectfully and based on the second half, I'd knock out both sides. It hasn't been the best advert for football, that's for sure. The Arsenal fans will not care. They're going to Budapest, but as neutrals, it certainly has been a tough watch. But PSG and Bayern Munich should entertain us. The Arsenal fans, though, can't help but to break a smile for them. They've been through the lot. They've been through their banter era. They've gone through losing 5-1 to Bayern Munich on the regular. They're no longer a team like that. This is a team with grit, determination, and steel. As Gabriel Martinelli nearly gets there, just about clears the danger. Here's Sorloth heading into stoppage time. Look at Mikel Arteta, man. Look at him in the sidelines. He's not happy with something. He's jumping around. Well, it's 5 minutes of stoppage time. Arsenal are that close to a spot in the final. Unbeaten this season in the Champions League. They got Jurrien Timber and Mikel Merino still nursing long-term injuries on the sidelines, waiting to explode into celebration. Here's Declan Rice. Rice man of the match, Gautam? Probably going to give it to Bukayo Saka for scoring the goal, but I think Declan Rice, the way that he's just held that midfield together. But the pass that Hincapié played to Victor Gyökeres was a thing of beauty, and that really opened the seal to the contest. Some of the Arsenal fans have tears in their eyes themselves. What a journey it's been for some of them. For the new fans, this has been the new normal. This is how Arsenal are supposed to be. But for some of the older fans, the fans in their 30s, they have gone through some pain. They have gone through some hardship as fans. Some moments that they would not believe. The number of titles that they've just chucked away. It's got to be Rice. It's not any of the attackers. And he's always been there in midfield, shutting everything down. Atletico Madrid have got absolutely no ideas here. It's another long ball, and it's a ball play to Molina and not to Sorloth in the front. It's a sad way for Atletico Madrid to exit the competition, but over the two legs, they have not done enough. It's just been the Julian Alvarez penalty that's been anything in terms of an attack. But in the two legs, 180 minutes of football, Their fans will be disappointed. They would have been hopeful at kickoff, thinking that they had the opportunity, a chance to reach the final 10 years on after Lisbon. I can deal with being shit and missing chances. You end up conceding on the break and you go out by 2 goals, but being 1 goal down and refusing to throw the kitchen sink at it is so pathetic. I think they've tried. It's just what they have. This is it. There's just no quality. I mean, to try and break down the Arsenal defense, they don't have it. It's not even like a lack of effort. They're trying. They just don't have the quality. See, even Diego Simeone trying to just urge them forward, but the players don't have it in them. Mikel Arteta is 2.5 minutes away from making history here. Arsene Wenger, Mikel Arteta, 2 Arsenal coaches that have reached the Champions League final. End of list. Look at the Arsenal players on the sidelines as well. They're acting like additional coaches. They are desperate for the full-time whistle. They're 2 minutes away here, Arsenal. They've done everything in terms of keeping Atlético Madrid at arm's length. Mikel Arteta, he's picked up a yellow card as well. The game hasn't seen any yellow cards. I mean, I think we've seen 2 yellow cards. One for Arsenal, one for Atlético Madrid. I might be wrong, but it hasn't been that kind of a game either. Blood and thunder, challenges. It's not delivered in a lot of aspects, but Arsenal fans won't care. Rice just gets rid of the ball. It's going to be the loudest cheer that the Emirates Stadium has heard since its inception. This is going to be loud. Well, they waited a long, long time, and their time is now. This is it for Arsenal. An opportunity to make history. The league in their hands, and they're a minute away from a Champions League final. Mikel Arteta, starving the Arsenal fans for 6 years. Is he going to deliver 2 of the biggest trophies in the very same year together and say, here you go, Arsenal. Here, I hope it was all worth it. Gyökeres was good, man. He's not a bum. I mean, a lot of people want him to be, classified as that, but he gets the job done. He knows. Yes, he's a limited footballer. He is not anywhere near the finished article, and this is pretty much what he is. But it's not useless, that's for sure. Well, Arsenal are 10 seconds away. They are desperate for the full-time whistle. They're not going to get the ball back. It is getting really ugly on the sidelines. The coaching staff are throwing hands here. Well, it's not delivered on the football pitch. Maybe we'll see some excitement on the sidelines. Diego Simeone wants a scrap. He wants a fight. We're into borrowed time here. Calafiori being sent away here. He should not do anything foolish and get sent off for the final. The Arsenal players ready to run onto the pitch here. This is certainly the last chance. Good touch away. It's cleared. And the referee blows the full-time whistle. Arsenal break their 20-year heartbreak and reach the Champions League final. 1-0 on the night after Bukayo Saka scored a minute before half-time. The second half was 45 minutes to forget, but Arsenal get the job done. Manchester City gave them a huge presence last night. Tonight, they deliver it themselves. They're 3 games away from wrapping the league title and a game away from winning their first ever Champions League crown. Mikel Arteta, is he going to do something historic? It looks like he's going to do it. I've accepted it too, Gautam. I have accepted it as well. Won't be surprised if they win the Champions League final too. It looks like the way that the season has gone, Chelsea and Spurs being absolutely horrific and Arsenal winning a league and Champions League double, is a script that has already been ripped. Well, Manny, you're hoping that they lose. You can't have another London club winning the Champions League. I mean, if we feel like that, we have to do something about it. But we are a powerless club at this point of time. So We just have to watch and hope that other teams do us a favor. Atletico Madrid, over the two legs, they can have no complaints. Really poor attacking display. Defensively dogged, and Griezmann will not have his fairy tale ending. He ends his journey with Atletico Madrid in the semi-finals of the Champions League and possibly finishing 4th in La Liga. Kashish Pal, I'm happy for you. I am happy for you. 20 years and Arsenal are in the Champions League final. It's incredible. It's a night that these will not forget, and they shouldn't. Arsenal in the Champions League final where they play either Bayern Munich or Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal are 3 games away from the league, Kashish. Don't forget, the league is still there to be taken. It's all in your hands. 4 games away from a double, which Arsenal will never forget. This is special times for Mikel Arteta's men. They're on the cusp of achieving something that not too many teams do. City have won the treble, Manchester United in 2008, and then it's an empty list. Mikel Arteta, he's waited 6 years, spent £1 billion, and he's reached the stage. He's on the cusp of the promised land as Antoine Griezmann waves goodbye on the European stage. Well, that's it from me, guys. I'm not going to be sticking around for the Arsenal celebrations. Tomorrow, Gautam, we're going to see some actual football, that's for sure. Kashish, you tune in as well and see who's your potential opponent going to be. Congratulations, Arsenal boys. Tarun, Kashish, Aman, all you guys. You've seen a lot of pain, and now you get to enjoy a Champions League final after 20 years. Full time at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Atletico 0.